Hey, what's going on, folks? It's that time of year again. Christmas time. So, if you've been following me the last couple of years, I've done a couple Christmas tunes each year, maybe 4 or 5 each year. So I'm going to try to make life a lot easier for you this year. I've taken all of that, I put it together. It's a long video. However, you can go into the description below and you can see I've itemized everything. Click on whichever one you want to click on, learn that one, but it's all here, one package for you. Enjoy it. I'm working on some new ones for this year. If you have any requests, now is the time to do it because pretty soon it'll be too late. So reach out, enjoy, let me know what it is you want to hear. Hopefully you enjoy this little package I put together, and I will see you soon. Merry Christmas. Everyone, good to see you again. Thanks for checking the channel out. Really do appreciate it. I am Rich. You're checking out Six String Fun, so I really do appreciate that. Please like, subscribe, so that way when I'm putting out videos like this, you're notified. You get the, hit the bell. You know exactly when something's coming out. I love kind of playing these tunes, these Christmas tunes I've been rolling out. It's time of year to do it. So again, if you have any requests, if I can, if you want to send me a request, maybe get it to me in time so that way I can kind of pump it out a week before Christmas or so. You can kind of learn it. You got a family gathering. I think this is kind of one of those tunes that kind of would go well. Someone's got the acoustic guitar, someone can sing, you can sing, very straightforward. But this is one of those super sneaky, tricky songs as far as I'm concerned. John Lennon, Merry Christmas, War is Over. Why do I say that? Because there's 3 sections of this song, and they need to be played the way they need to be played. This isn't the song where you kind of, if you're doing it solo acoustic, that's a different story because you kind of know what your ins and outs are going to be. But if you're playing with somebody, it's not kind of, and I've said this in some of my other videos, where you're kind of just playing 3 chords. And then you can kind of just hang on that chord. And then when you're ready, you all go into that 1 chord again. There's a lot of strict patterns and movements here, which you need to know, basically. There are, I think, 3 main sections to the song, and there are those 3 sections you're going to play back to back to back a total of 3 times, I think it is. If not, it's 4 times, but it just continues the entire tune, basically. There are also a lot of suspended chords, as you saw with that first piece of it right there. You don't need to do them. You can kind of, when I go over these chords close up, you can kind of just play the chords for what they are. And the strumming pattern is a little, not tricky, but there is a specific strumming pattern that's really played throughout the entire song. So check that out. And again, I say this because I know myself, and I know how sometimes when you're playing a song, you like to, we tend to speed things up. This is one of those songs where you almost have to pull the reins back intentionally to make sure you're not racing to the finish line. And even when I was just playing this, I think it was a little too fast, to be honest. It sounds really slow, but that's probably closer to the original recording than what I played before. So just keep that in mind. It's a big thing on the timing as well. So thank you again for checking it out. I do appreciate it. I'm going to take a closer look at this now. But again, requests, let me know. I'll try to get a few more in there before, Christmas. Again, I prefer if you get a request to me, get it to me, say a week before Christmas. Again, 2020, dumpster fire every year. So let's have some fun. If you've got a request, I will do my best to give it a shot. You'll go from there. So check it out. Thank you very much. I'll see you, when we get into this close-up. Let's dive right into this one. Straightforward in terms of the chords you're using and how you can, there's a lot of suspended chords, as I mentioned, but you can get away with it by just playing straight chords without any of the variations, but we'll go over that. But certainly there's certain chunks you've got to pay attention to. We'll go over that. I see the song as being in 3 sections, and we'll go through each one. But I think the key to remember is just the strumming pattern. You've got to listen to it. It's really two things. This is a song, at least for me, where I tend to really speed up, and you've got to make sure you kind of just keep the same tempo and strumming pattern from start to finish. So again, it's going to start off on this A with the suspended notes like this. Right, so that's the pattern you want to kind of play with as far as your strumming hand. For each one of these chords, okay? Right? So what we're doing here is, again, if you don't know your suspended variations, just play the straight chord, which is an A for the first one. So for this first section, it's going to be an A chord, a B minor, an E suspended to an E variation type of thing, back to the A. And I'll do that first section for you here. Here's the first A, okay? It's an A. Suspended 2, we're lifting our pinky finger. We're going to a suspended 4th. Back to the A. And all these variations are just going to be done on that B string, okay? So, again, we're playing a straight A. You're fretting the 2nd fret on the B string. The A suspended 2 is going to be an open B string. The suspended 4th is going to be on the 3rd string, 3rd fret B string. We're going to a B minor. We're going to release the 3rd, that minor, that flat 3rd, I guess it is, and we're going to make it a B suspended 2. Now, what I do here is I lift the bar, and all I'm doing is playing with the 2 top strings open. Back to the B minor. Okay, so far it's the A. B minor, and we're going to start on an E suspended 4th. So basically, you're going to take your A shape, like I do here, and move it just up to these strings here. Okay, so E suspended 4th to an E, and then I stretch out my pinky here to catch that note on the 4th fret here. Back to the E. To the A. So this is Chris. So we're going to a D, right? So to D, suspended 2 with the open E string, suspended 4th, back to the D. To an E minor. E minor, you can just kind of ride that whole E minor out the way it is. The way I do it is, and I don't know if this is 100% correct, but it's pretty close. If I'm coming out of the D, okay, it's that last part of it, I might go right back to this. Let's try this again. That probably sounds better. So, E minor, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go from the 2nd fret to the 4th. I'm just going to flatten that note, right? Okay, and I'm going to this E minor 9, I guess it is. Okay, so it's open E, 2nd fret on the A, 4th fret on the D, everything else is open. If you're a Rush fan, this is that same chord for No One at the Bridge. Okay, so it's that open E minor. All right, we're going back to the A, but we're going to go on the suspended 4th first. So again, suspended 4th, A, suspended 2, A, back to that D. So I said this song is kind of in three sections, basically. We just did two of them. The first part, which was... I guess the chorus part now to it, right? So what do we do in there? These are kind of straight rocking chords at this point. There's no really big variations here. And this is the first part. We're going to go into a G. Okay, so basically it's a G to an A, back to E minor, quick turn to the G, to the D, and there's that turnaround. I think it's in the song, but if not, I've always kind of played it, but it's a turnaround on the open E, low E, to the second fret. And that whole pattern repeats. So everything that we just did, basically, you're going to play like, I think it's a total of 3 times in that song. But if you're playing solo acoustic, it's not bad. But if you're playing with somebody else, especially other musicians, you all have to know these parts, because if somebody steps out of line, it will throw everything off because of the way these patterns go. So let's go over it again. Again, as I mentioned, the song is in 3 parts, and you're going to play those 3 parts 3 times, okay? First part. Second part, and here's the third part, which is kind of the chorus. G to an A, back to E minor, and there's your song. So again, fairly straightforward, and all these chords that I played for you, no matter where they were, suspended, not suspended, you can just kind of rock out with them with just the regular chords. Like, for instance, if we do the beginning again. Right, and then we change it again. So you can do it without the suspended chords too. It all works out pretty well. So enjoy. Everyone knows this song. Play it on the acoustic. You know, if somebody can sing it, if you can sing it, have everyone sing it, sing along. It's a cool tune. Again, thanks very much. I do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, as I mentioned earlier. You know, and I'll just continue doing it. So see you next time. Merry Christmas. See you soon. Everyone, good to see you. Boys and girls, thanks for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. Christmas is right around the corner, literally. So I think one more I'll do this year for some Christmas tutorials and some music. This one's pretty much a staple. Everyone should know it, but a little tricky to play, depending, you know, how familiar you are with it. Your fingers want to go one way, your mind's telling you to go another way, but takes a little bit of time to just kind of get the fingering done on this one, but deck the halls. Figure we can kind of do this one, rock it out a little bit. You know, instead of just which we all will go over. We'll go over the kind of throw in a couple chords, right? And we can go from there basically. So let's kind of get into some deck the halls. Take a closer look. Okay, so let's get into this one. 2 chords, right? D and your A. Play those. You can kind of just add those to the rhythm here. And really, we're going to concentrate on a couple of runs here throughout the course of the E, B, and the G strings, right? So and it's all kind of based around the B minor scale, from what I can tell. So let's start off with the first run is going to be on the B string, 10, 8, 7. Okay. You know, you got to kind of get the timing down instead of just. You're going to hang on that first note a little bit longer. So it's, again, B string, 10, 8, 7. And then 9. So back and forth between the 9 and the 7 on the G. We're going to come back down to the 7. And we're going to resolve on the 7 on the G. Okay? And then the run is going to be. Okay, so all together, which we just did, and then the next run is going to be 9 on the G, and then 7, 8 on the B. So back to the 9 on the G. So basically you're playing that thing we just did twice, okay? Altogether, that first part of it's going to be this. Again, so. Okay, you play that twice, and then the next one's going to be this. So again, we're going to start on the 9 of the G, 2nd string, 7, 8, and then 8, 7, 10. Resolving again on that the 9th on the G string. Okay, once again. Oops. And then we're going to do 2 different 3-note runs here on separate strings. One on the B string. So B string, 7, 8, 10. Next string on the E string, 7, 9, 10. Okay. A. Okay, so we go. And then just go back the other way. Alright? And then we're going to kind of go back to what we did before. So all together, I'll keep doing this because it's not that long. So we've got. So again, we're going to go. Now we change it up. So it's all kind of based right around those riffs. So again, we'll do it one more time. I'll try to do as slow as I can. The slower I go, the worse it sounds. So let's do a little bit quicker, okay? little. It's A. Let's get that right. The chord is an A, not a D. There you go. Deck the Hall is pretty straightforward. Just, again, it's a couple chords and just a couple of riffs. So a good thing about YouTube is you can rewind and go take a look at this a couple times over. So enjoy. Merry Christmas. Good to see you. Thanks for checking the channel out. Really do appreciate it. Very hard to believe it's that time of year again. Christmas time. You know, it feels like it was just here a year ago, and here we are getting ready to go into it very soon again. Wanted to share this tune with you. I learned it just, you know, maybe about a year or so ago with Wrong Side of 40. We decided to play it at one of our gigs. Really cool tune. It's kind of easy, but it's kind of not. And what I mean by that is, this is one of those songs where when everybody kicks in and when it, you know, the song gets started, you all have to lock in and play properly from start to finish. It's not one of those songs where, you know, someone maybe, you know, misses a part, or you want to kind of drag out a section just to kind of give it some ambiance, whatever you want to do. There's so much happening in this tune that you've got to really nail everything section after section. The only way it works, if you don't do that, is if really just an acoustic guitar and yourself, because you kind of know where the ins and outs are, basically. But when you're playing with a full band, once you kind of get that train rolling, you've got to stay on task with, you know, it's the intro 2 times, and then maybe it's the verse 2 times, and then the pre-chorus 2 times, back to the verse, back to the pre-chorus, and a bridge. So you all have to make sure you're hitting your spots properly. So, but let's take a closer look at it. I'll show you how it's done. Everyone, again, thanks for checking the channel out. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. That way you'll know everything I have going on as far as some lessons, tutorials. I'm working on a new website right now. That's kind of in the works, but it's coming along really, really nicely. More to follow on that. I might even have a few things I'm selling on there too. So, but let's get into the song. Christmas All Over Again. Tom Petty. Great tune. You know, had to learn it. You know, for the band last year. So there's a lot going on here, but you've got to make sure, especially in the band situation, you're hitting your marks. So let's go over it. It's fairly simple in terms of chord structure, but this song is like a machine. It's you know, 2 here for this, 2 here for that, 2 here for this, you know, and back and forth between everything going on. So I'll walk you through it as best I can just for strumming purposes, and we'll go from there. So your intro obviously is going to start first, but your intro and your verse are the same progression. It's going to be A, F sharp minor, B minor, E. Okay. 2 times. Chris, right? He goes into that. So it's the same chords, but you're just playing a little bit different for the dynamic. So you're going to just kind of play it a little bit softer. You can kind of arpeggiate these two just to kind of, that open E is always kind of ringing out there. Right? So. There's your verse, the pre-chorus. All right, fairly simple. Pre-chorus, B minor, E, B minor, and I play a D7. You can play a D, I'm sure it'll sound fine, but I just kind of, something about that, I guess that F sharp in it, right? So it's... right? So you're gonna, the chorus is gonna be A, F sharp minor, A, F sharp minor, B minor, E. So it's fairly simple. Listen to it. If you don't know the song, obviously you have to listen to it. We're kind of, you know, basic chords here, but it's just how this is structured, okay? So after that verse, excuse me, after that chorus, we're going right back to the verse 2 times around, okay? We're going back to the pre-chorus 2 times around. Oh, I took it 1 time around. Anyway, pre-chorus. And then back to the chorus again. And then comes the break section. And the reason this song is like a machine, because if you're not hitting your marks, this break section kind of just falls apart. You'll fall flat on your face, unless you're playing just solo acoustic, then you can do whatever you want. But the break is going to be... doing there. Again, straightforward, just some more bar chords to start off with. A G minor. So on the 3rd fret, G minor, bar chord, A. All over town, right? To a D. I kind of do a little bit of a palm mute, not a whole lot, but I'm not full out strumming either, so it's up to you. Again, I'm playing, I hear a B, not a B minor. I'm playing a B. To the E. And when that, one other little thing here, you can kind of, if depending on how you want to play this. So again, that's the break. Oh, G minor, A, G minor, A, to the D. When they play that, whoever's the E in general, there's a bit of a walk down. It's up to you if you want to do it. I kind of do it my own little way, so I'm kind of guessing half the time. But again, you're going into the E, so I play the E right there. So I'm on the D string, 2nd fret, which is the E. All I'm doing, I'm on the D string, 2nd fret, D, or I should say E, open, to the A string, 4th fret. Man, you go slow, it's harder sometimes. So it's 4th fret on the D, open D, 4th fret on the A, 2nd fret on the A, open A, 4th fret on the E, 2nd fret on the E, open. That's it. That's probably the hardest part of the song. Okay, and then from there, you're kind of going right back into the, I guess the first time around, you're going, there's a solo in there, but the solo, all that is just the verse, basically. So again, this song jumps around a lot, but what we just went over is basically the entire tune. So listen to it, listen to the changes. Again, the changes, not that the changes are hard, but the changes are so mechanical, basically, that you've got to really be more concerned with memorizing the progression and the changes than the chords itself. Because again, we're playing basic chords. There's some bar chords in there, but if you can play them, you're good to go. So real quick again, refresher. So it's the intro and the verse is A, F sharp minor, B minor, E, pre-chorus, B minor, E, B minor, D7. If I can play it right, D7. Okay, and then the chorus, A, F sharp minor, A, F sharp minor, B minor, E. All right, everything kind of repeats after that. The only difference getting in there after the second chorus, there's that bit of a break that starts on the G minor. So it's G minor, A, okay? And then the D. To a B. And when it goes to that E, you can strum it, or you can do the fill I just showed you. And the song just kind of repeats itself different parts, you know, throughout. So as long as you know those sections, you know the song. So it's a fun one. I'm gonna, you know, I wanted to get this out early in the Christmas season, so that way you can play along to it. I might have a few others out there, but hopefully this one was a fun one. You liked it, something different. I haven't really done a whole lot of holiday songs to begin with, except for a few for Halloween. So enjoy. All right, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Later. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by and checking this out. 'Tis the season, so we're gonna do a Christmas tune for you. Wouldn't go as far as to call it a classic, but it's certainly one that you hear every year. As far as again, not traditional, but you hear it all the time on the radio. So this one is "Last Christmas" by Wham. Actually, a pretty simple tune, and we can, you know, break it down a couple different ways. We're using 4 chord shapes: C, A minor. We're using a D minor, and we're using a. We can go with a straight G, but I believe there's kind of a different type of G that's technically in there, but we're gonna, or I should say shape, but not the anyway. So the reason I'm saying shapes is because I've got the capo on the 2nd fret. I haven't played this in a while, but I believe this was close to the original key on the song itself. I feel like though that it's not quite right. It's kind of like some of those older tunes from, like, you know, again, this was from the 80s where something might have happened to the tape by the time it got to the album or the CD, so it's just kind of off a little bit. But this should be pretty close. But again, you can play it anywhere you want. You know, depending on your range, your vocal range. But anyway, I think capo on the 2nd fret, kind of where this probably lends itself best if you want to play to the record. So, but again, I'm going to call these out by the shapes, not the actual key that we're in or anything. Okay, so we got a C, A minor, D, and we're going to go with the G for now. Okay, and I'll explain to you what we're going to do later with that. And again, if you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. I actually have some other videos from last year if you haven't checked out yet. Tom Petty, the Waitresses, a few others. So check it out, and you know, hopefully you can you know, learn those as well for the season. So here's how the strumming pattern is going to go for this. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up. So it's down, down, up. Okay. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And that's really it. I mean, keeping it simple, just kind of keep your arm moving, you know, kind of like a pendulum almost. Just. All right. So let's get into the chord shapes now. We said a C was the first chord, right? What we're gonna do is, as soon as we start, I don't know if you can hear that, man. That radiator was cranking. Woo. Okay, so if you hear whistling, apologize. Man, that is loud. Woo. Anyway, at least I know the heat works. So we're gonna go with a C, and we're gonna have our pinky on the 3rd fret relative to the capo on the 2nd string. So this is your C. When we add that pinky, okay, so it's. See what we're doing there? We're kind of starting with the pinky in that position, and then up. Okay. So you're kind of just going on and off with the pinky. Same thing with the A minor shape. Okay, we're going to hold the A minor shape, and that pinky is just going to go in the exact same spot we had it for the C shape. Okay, you can start with the pinky on the string first. that D minor shape. Now, D minor, but now instead of being on the second string, we're going to be on the first string. Still on the third fret though. Right? So it's here's what we have. Right? Whoops. And now we go to the, now, you can play the straight G if you want. And by the way, if this, you know, kind of adding the finger on and off is difficult, just play the chords. You know, just a straight chord. And then we're going to end it on the G. Okay. So you can get away just playing those chords like that. Especially if somebody's singing, because you're not going to really need that melody line all that much if somebody's singing. So you can either play the straight G, or what I've kind of done is I think, and I don't think it's a full chord, I'm playing index finger on the third fret, sixth string. I'm sorry, middle finger on the third fret of the sixth string, index finger on the second fret of the fifth string, and then I'm kind of, let me see how I do. Yeah, then I go with my ring finger on the third fret of the fourth string right there. So, okay. So it's, you know, again, if you're playing a full G, that's what you can do. But I would leave these two fingers anchored here. Bring your ring finger up to third fret of the fourth string. And then I believe if you want to kind of get that melody line in there, you're going to use your pinky for the third fret of the second string. Kind of a tough move, so if you want to kind of just play that G straight, or you want to just kind of play the first, the top, those bottom three strings. When I say bottom, I talk in terms of tone. Right, so first chord. There's your second chord. Now the third. Now we go to the third chord if you want to play straight G, again G shape, or just kind of do what I did where it's 3, 2, 3, and then you can add your pinky to that second string of the third fret. And there's your song, and that repeats the entire time. There's no other changes that I can remember. It's pretty straightforward. And sometimes I kind of just play the strumming pattern, just alternate a little bit, you know, just change it up. But for the most part, the strumming pattern is right into that G. And that's your song. So hopefully that helped you out there. Again, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You know, I got some stuff going on Instagram as well. You can check me out there. So enjoy. All right. Merry Christmas. Everyone, good to see you again. Thanks for checking the channel out. Really do appreciate it. Again, I'm Rich. You're watching Six String Fun, so I really do appreciate you checking the channel out again. More Christmas stuff coming your way. This one I love. Simple, love it, and there's a great part in the chorus, which is for the Ramones. You wouldn't think you would find it in one of these songs, but it just sounds so cool. So again, the Ramones, Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight. We're going to go over that. Very straightforward. I mean, it is the typical standard Ramones 2.5, 3 minute tune, using some power chords. How I play my power chords might be different how you play yours. I just tend to kind of use my index and my pinky actually on 2-string. I know some of you play the 1-5-1. I just do the 1 and the 5. For me, it's just easier kind of when I slide. I just have a problem using all 3 fingers. So me, it's just more of a control thing. So love the tune. Again, please like, subscribe. I've done a few Christmas tunes. I got a few more coming. Hopefully you're liking them. There's a playlist. I added it up here in the cards as well, so you can check out all the songs I've got going on there. Love this time of year, so I wanted to really put some effort into some of these songs that I love. Love to play. We hear it on the radio all the time. So again, this tune pretty straightforward. It's going to be some power chords. B, just for the beginning, but C, C, F, G. And then this chord. So all that you're gonna learn how to play that as we get a closer look at this. So again, please like, subscribe, comments, questions, all that. I love hearing from everybody. There's been a lot of great interaction. So if there's something you want to hear, let me know. I'll do it. If I can get it out, especially for the Christmas tune, and I can kind of pump it out between now and say a week before Christmas, so you can learn how to play it. By all means, I'll do everything I can. But let's jump into this one. Ramones, Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight. Okay, let's get into this one. Real simple. For the most part, a lot of power chords. The chords, you're going to have some chords ringing out, but we'll go over that. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing through the Spark 40, and I just kind of pulled up a random, not that there's a whole lot of them, but there's just a few of them, as far as the random, Ramones patches I'm using. So I'm using this one, found it was pretty good. So the way the song starts off is, what I'm going to do is on the PRS, I'm going to just split the coil and just kind of give you a little clean if I can do it. Okay, so it starts off on a C, Merry Christmas, and then it goes to an F. And those chords are the base of the whole song. The C, the F, and the G. Okay? So when the song kicks in at that point, it's all, heavy. So what I'm doing here is I'm sliding up from and the power chords that I play, I find it easier for me. You can play, the root, the 1-5-1s if you want to. What I tend to do is I just kind of play the 1, the 5, and that's it. And I use my index and my pinky, because I just feel like I have a whole lot more control doing it. Instead of, I have more control just doing it this way, okay? Because there's some slides. So it starts off on the B power chord on the 7th fret here, and we're just sliding up 1 position, half step to the C, okay? 4 times. So we're going from B to C. And then the progression that goes from there is going to be your B, your C, to the F. So all we're doing is going from here, just down a set of strings to the 5th string as your root, on the 8th fret, to the 10th fret on the same string. So it's these chords. So the intro again. Okay, hopefully it sounds familiar to you. So again, the intro. We're going to do 4 times, and then it starts off. Merry Christmas, I don't want to fight tonight. And then the verse kind of kicks in. So the rhythm pattern there is pretty straightforward. It's going to be your C, to the F, to the G. So you're holding, I think you're holding the C longer. It's like, and the other two chords are going to be half as long, so it gives you your 4 count. So 3 times. The 4th time you're going to give a bit of a variation. You're going to go. So instead of just kind of going through that we did before, C. So C, F, C, G. That's really it. It's the only difference. So hopefully you can kind of see my fingers better. And the pattern is going to continue. And they're going to get to the chorus, which really, I got to be honest, these chords, which aren't really anything special when you look at them by themselves, but the way they put them together for this song, I think just kind of, the way it flows is just very cool in my opinion. It's just me. You're going to go F, F minor, to a C, to a C7. So what we're doing here is, actually, if I can play it right. So it's a C chord, and then we're going to just take our pinky and we're going to go on to the 3rd fret of the G string. Okay. Okay, that's how you play the first part of the chorus. F, F minor, C, to that C7. Repeat it, F. Okay, and then from there we're going into a D. Let me play that for you. So whatever works for you, I kind of did a D and a G here. I would tend to think that the way, and I haven't really seen anything live as far as how they do it. Haven't really looked, but knowing that it's the Ramones, it's all power chords, I got to think when they're coming out of that F. So just the D on the 5th, root on the 5th. And then we're going to go to the G on the root of the 5th. So 5th fret, 10th fret. Right back to the Snowball Fatten, so exciting. And then the outro just kind of varies a little bit, not by much, but you can kind of hear a little bit of a difference in the strumming. So. So those are your chords, basically. Pretty straightforward, fun one to play. You know, it just kind of get you going. So it's the Ramones, so I don't think there's anything you have to worry about playing it too fast because it's meant to be fast. And the chorus, again, I think it's a really cool sounding chorus. The F, F minor, C, C7, again. There you go. Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight by the Ramones. Pretty much there it is. You know, Ramones tune, standard, what you expect as far as some bar chords, power chords, and, you know, it's a 2.5, 3 minute song, if that. So, enjoy. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Hey everyone, good to see you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's that time of year again. I know, look, 2020 has been a dumpster fire. No other way to describe it. Hopefully, this last month or so, we can get through it, have fun, enjoy the holidays as best we can, and hopefully come out on the other side just better. 2021 will be a great year, fingers crossed. So, wanted to, kind of kick things off here. I know I did a video just not too long ago for Tom Petty, but I wanted to do a string right now of Christmas tunes. Kind of the standards, but not the standards. We kind of know them, but, just in a different way of playing them. So this one, pretty straightforward. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Santa Claus is coming to town. We've heard it on the radio for years. If my memory serves me correct, it was actually recorded back on the Born to Run tour, 1975. I think it was like December 12th. Don't ask me how I know that, but I think that was the date at CW Post College, University. I don't know which one it is, but CW Post out on Long Island. So it's been around for quite a while if you didn't know that. So again, thanks for checking the video out. We're going to kind of go through this step by step. It's pretty simple. But, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to take all of these Christmas tunes that I'm doing, and I'm going to put them into a playlist as well. So hopefully when that's done, it should be, there should be some notification right over here to that playlist, and I'll just keep building upon that. So check it out. Again, but let's kind of jump right into this one. Pretty straightforward. It's the key of C. So it's the chords are C, F, G. The bridge has G minor 7, and I kind of walk you through the sax solo as best I can. So it's about 90% there, but you get it. You can work with it. That's in the C major pentatonic scale. I go in that in some more detail. But enjoy Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. All right, so let's jump right into this one. Classic, Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Pretty straightforward. I'm gonna, show you how I've played it in the past with the full band. Keep in mind, this kind of arrangement for the most part is done if you've got the full E Street complement going on, because you've got obviously the guitars, but then you've got horn and the sax. Those are the same thing, but you've got the organ, the piano, all that other stuff that goes along with it. I'm going to walk you through the sax solo a little bit. I mean, it's as close as I can get. I've never really played it before. I didn't have to because I had a horn player. But it's all in the key of C. But we'll get to that. So let's just start it off here. Again, how I've played it, playing along to the tune you hear on the radio all the time this time of year. I'm starting off on a C. Okay. I then go to an F. And what I do is I play the triad, but I'm also including the A string with the open E, right? And then I play the same shape on the in the third fret for the G. So, and then it's just a steady chugging rhythm. So over the, as that's being played, Bruce is kind of riffing to the audience, to Clarence, to Steve, all the guys on the band there. Hope all you guys have been good, right? Clarence, you've been good. Santa bringing a saxophone. That's kind of the riff that's being played as he does that. Now I'm kind of just playing those middle strings right here, but I also find that keeping that open E in the mix isn't so bad either, because it's kind of just it just seems to work for some reason. So I leave that up to you, but that's basically it. The C, F, and a G. Okay? And that goes on for a little bit. When it gets into the verse, all we're doing is playing the C and the F. And I'm playing the F a little bit different. I'm playing a full bar chord. I just like getting that note on the E string right there, the F on the E, right? So it's... So signature thing, at least I've always felt with Springsteen, is that he really does a lot of arpeggiating with the chord. And he likes to hit those open, but those high, the higher register strings, the E and the B. You better watch out. You better... Okay? And of course, you know. So even during the verse, it's just the C and the F. And then even the chorus, it's the same. But you're kind of just playing them a little bit differently, but it's the same chords. And then, again, as I mentioned, you know, earlier on, there's about 3 or 4 signature moments in this song. And as long as you know those moments, you can piece this together any way you want. So that was kind of like the first, the intro and the verse. When you get into the chorus the second time around, try that again. You know, so Santa Claus is coming to town. So what we're doing there is playing the C, A minor, D minor, G, back to the C. The first time we do that, that's all we're going to do, okay? So. So now you're going to go into the second part of the verse, and that's when the band really kicks in. He's making the list. All right, and you'll hear different parts of the song where it kind of, everything just kind of stops, at least guitar-wise, it just stops, you know, where it's like. And then back to that 4-chord progression. Now, so what we're doing there is the turnaround from the C to a C7. So what are we doing there? We're playing the C chord, but then to change it up, we're going to just take our pinky, add it to the 3rd fret G string. Okay. And then you've got the bridge part, 3 chords. How I play it, G minor 7, C, F. Okay. You see you when you sleep. So you're going to play that twice, right? So it's. When you play that twice, you're going to go to the D. Right? So it's. Better be good for it, right? The whole thing. So it's back to the. So right there, I think we pretty much have gone over the entire song for the most part in terms of the different pieces that each need to know. So we've done the intro, right? The verse, chorus is the same. It's just how you play some of those notes, okay? To listen to the tune to get that. The extra part of the chorus, which we went over. And then when you have to do it the second time around, you're just adding that pinky for the C7. Right? There's your little bridge medley here. G minor 7, C. Play it again. We're going to a D. And that's the song basically in terms of just, you know, the rhythm part of it. There is a saxophone solo. I will admit I am not that very good at this. I played around with it. I think for the most part it's just the C major pentatonic scale that is done for the solo. So I can kind of walk you through how I play it. It's just kind of hard at times to do it, to slow it down and do it for whatever reason. I just have a problem with that, but let me just try it for you. And if it sounds good, great. If not, we'll pretend it never happened. So we're going to be coming out of the, I guess the chorus. Yeah. It's something along those lines. So what I'm doing is, for me, just because it's just easier this way, I will start on the C on the 10th fret D string right there. Right? That's my root. So I'll play it slow, but I'm just playing the pentatonic scale. That's all I'm doing is C major pentatonic. So it's going from 10, from 12 to 14, and then down the string to the G string to the 12. And I hold that for a couple hits. So then the 14 on the G to 13 on the B. Again. Instead of going to the B, I go back to the 14. And I just go up that G string, or I should say down, from 14, 12 to 10. Right? And then from there, I'm going to the B string on the 17th fret. And again, just going up 17, 15, 13. Back to the 15. So all that is on the B string. So all that is on the B string. Everything on that last lick. Stretch back to the 17, to the 3rd. And that's kind of the solo, the down and dirty type of. All right, and after the sax solo, it goes back into the. And then it's, you know, Santa Claus coming to town, and Clarence is kind of doing the ho ho ho's. You do that as long as you want, and it goes back into the chorus, the C and the F. And I think, I haven't really tried this one before, this should be interesting. I think at the very end of the tune, if I remember correctly, there's that little piano riff of Jingle Bells. Ooh. We're going to try that one more time. There it is. Okay, so we're going to be on the B string, kind of the same area we were for the end of for the sax solo. 17th fret B string. So we're going to go down. Basically, we're going to come up the scale there. That's all it is. So you're just going to the E string one time on the 15th fret. Everything else is B string, 17th, 15th, 13th, and then just back down. So that's pretty much it for the most part. Hopefully this helped you out. It's a fun one to play. Somewhat simple, but as you can tell, I was having some problems with this. I haven't played it in so long, but a lot of it's by ear. So hopefully this helped you out. Enjoy. Have a great Christmas season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. As I mentioned, 2020 was a dumpster fire. So let's hopefully enjoy this season, and we'll come out on the other side much better. Right? Later. Everyone, good to see you. Thanks for checking the channel out. Really do appreciate it. I think you kind of knew what that was, even if you didn't know what the video was itself. But by hearing that, you kind of know. That is certainly one you hear around Christmas time every year. That is Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. Really cool tune. There's a lot going on there. It's actually tougher than you think when you first start playing it. But key of A, and then you're going to use a lot of the just the A major chord, and then you're going to use a lot of the F sharp minor chord, I think. So really, really fun one to play. Again, please like, subscribe, hit the bells for notifications. I'm putting together a playlist of all these Christmas tunes that I'm doing this year. Again, as bad as 2020's been, let's go out on a good note. Hopefully, make the best of it. I'll try to crank out some more tunes here. I've got some ideas. I don't want to give anything away until I'm actually done, because you never know how things turn out, right? So, but this one's a really fun one to play. Lot going on in this song, so there's a lot of different things you kind of need to kind of get a grip on. Grip of, grip on, grip of, hold of, whatever. I don't know. But even the intro riff, it's just an A major scale, right? And there's a couple of other cool riffs here, right? So again, a lot of cool riffs going on there. Hopefully you know the song. If not, you really need to know the song, so that way it's kind of it's really kind of put together in a certain way where all these pieces are kind of flying at you one right after the other. So listen to it if you don't know it. But again, for the most part, it's straightforward. But I think with some of these riffs, though, you're doing things your fingers aren't accustomed to doing, maybe, in terms of just, again, with this one riff here. It's all within these frets, between the 7 and 9. But you're kind of up and down the string. So give it some time. I go through some detail on that. I think I walk you through it pretty well. Not only some of the lead parts, but just some of the rhythm underneath it as well. So check it out. Hope you like the sweater. It's one of my favorites. It's won me a couple contests as well in recent years. So I like it. I think you're going to see a different one every video, and they'll keep getting better and better. And what I mean by that is they'll be getting probably worse and worse. So that's the idea. So enjoy that. Like, subscribe. Let's jump into this one. Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. All right. Quite possibly one of my favorite songs, during this time of year, for sure. Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. For a long time, I really wanted to learn how to play this, and it just never really came about until maybe last year I started playing around with it, and then this year I really dug in deep, and once you got over a couple of humps and some, it's not an easy song, that's for sure. So I will do my best to walk you through, different ways you can play different parts of the song, but it's fun. It's kind of, I don't say it's heavy, but it's got some cool riffing going on, for sure. And, all right, let's just get into it. I mean, I can talk all day. So the Waitresses, key of A, you're going to be playing stuff in the A major and F minor, which is the F sharp minor, which is the relative minor scale. There's a lot going on in there. Some chords, maybe you're not too accustomed to playing, so we'll kind of maybe find some alternatives if you just want to maybe strum it, but let's give it a shot here. But the song opens up, you hear the bells coming in, and then there's the the distorted guitar. Real simple. It's just the A major scale. All we're doing is going from 1. going to hit that 2 times. So all I'm doing is on the my root is the A on the E string. So it's your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, and your 5. And the bass might come in and do a few things in there, and then you're gonna play it a second time. Right? So there's different ways you can do this. You could play the full, I mean, I think they're just power chords. So if you want to do 1-5-1, for me, it's always easier just to kind of use the 6th and the 5th string. So the root on the 6th string and then the 5th. Right? So we're doing a B, A, C sharp. I'm not going to say minor because I'm not playing the minor chord, but it's C sharp. And then I think it sustains. And then there's going to be one little riff, I guess it's here on the 2 of the E string, open E, back to the 2. So it's going to be after we get back to. So that's going to kind of build. And I think this is one of the areas I kind of got caught up in and overthought it at times. It's an A. It's an A chord. It's an A note. Whatever works for you. You know, I had tried an A power chord. It's okay. An A open chord. It's okay. But the thing is, you want to get these high strings in here. So if you know your cage system, to me the best and the only one that really seemed to fit was this A. So it's the A based on the C shape in the cage system. So what I'm doing is I've got pinky on 12 of the E string. I have the 9th fret. Excuse me, 10th fret of the B, 9th fret of the G. And what I'm doing is I'm putting my bass note in there on the 11th fret of the D. Okay? If that's too tough, I mean, maybe just try the highest notes of the power chord for the A, or the bar chord of the A. I leave it up to you, but it's an A. So. Okay, and you've got to listen to the song for the strumming pattern and the rhythm. I still don't have it 100%, but it's an A, right? So it's bah-hum. And there's going to be a change. I believe these are suspended chords, but if you want to just play regular chords, that's fine too. We are at a G, suspended to, or a G, to F, to an F, to the E. So and that's kind of one of the main riffs of this tune. Now again, there's a lot of moving parts to the song. There's a lot of just riffs and rhythms that you need to kind of just know when they come in and come out. So that's probably one of the harder parts of the song. So that's one of the main parts of the verse. And you're going to play that a couple times. I think it's the third, you play it 3 times, but the 4th time there's going to be a bit of a change. So you're going back to something we've already learned, right? So during the verse, all right, and again, we're going to kind of go over just the guitar parts here. I know there's a bit of a, I think there's a horn section in there, but the guitar is really kind of sustaining on that A. And then you're going to go back into the verse for the most part. And again, if these chords are hard, try them with some open chords. You know, it might be worth a shot, but a lot of it has to do with getting these notes on these high strings. That's kind of what makes it, you know, I think kind of flow the way it does. Okay, so another part of the song, again, coming out of there. Okay, it's gonna be all right, so that part right there, there is a guitar layer underneath that, okay? And it's going to be your G and your D chords. I don't think these are suspended chords. I think it's going to be straight, you know, power chords, bar chords, whatever works. Okay, so again, we've got D, G, so 2 of each. Then it's going to be 2, 1 and 1. And then when it comes to that change, you're going to go to the G, F sharp minor, E, to the D. Now, the riff being played over that so that walk down is going to be the same walk down at the same time for these chords. So okay, so this one is just kind of, I think it's in the F minor scale basically. So G string, 7, 9, 7 on the B, 7, 9, 7 to the D string, D9, G7 to the D on the 7. This is really hard for me to kind of just do slowly because it happens so fast, and it's tricky because your fingers are doing things they don't typically do. So I've seen this played a couple different ways. For me, the easiest, for whatever reason, is playing it straight on one string on these with the root on the 5th and the root on the 6th. So I'm going from the 5th string first. We're going to start there. I'm going 9 to 5 to 7. That's right. And then back to the, now I'm going further up on onto the 6th string, the same chords. You could probably do it with the power chords. For me, it just, there's so much going on there and you've got to be very precise. I seem to be do better with just the notes. Okay, so I think for the most part, once you have that down, you've got most of the song right there. I mean, because look, we've gone over the intro. Right? We got that. Here's our main riff for the verse. Right? So we got over those already. That, and that was also part of the intro as well. Again, all I'm doing there is power chords. from the 7, 5, 9. So, and then the riff being played over that. And all that's being played right here in this, between these two frets. So all your notes are right here between the B string and the D string. Right, so we got that. And then again, to follow this, we're gonna go. So again, it's all based on the 9th, 7th, and 5th frets using the A string and the E string. That's it. And that's really the song right there. I don't think I missed anything, and if I did, please let me know. But that's for the most part the guitar parts of the song. I kind of gave you a little bit of a riff that's being played with the horns, but it's not just the horns by itself. So hopefully this helped you out here. Really, it's a fun one to play. There's a lot of moving parts for sure, but it kind of gets you doing things you're not really accustomed to, especially with that riff. Right, so it kind of gets you doing things you weren't accustomed to, but it's good for the fingers, good exercise. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully we'll come out better on the other side of this. 2020 again, a dumpster fire. So let's have a great, hopefully, Christmas holiday season and enjoy. Hopefully Santa's good to you, and we'll see you next time.